All right. Hi there, third grade. This is your music e-learning for Friday, August 21st. We're going to treat this just like we would a normal class where you would come to me and we would enjoy music together. So I'm going to be teaching you different things through this video, and you are going to be participating just like you would here in music class. Okay, so go ahead and stand up. We are going to start with your music warm-up. So we're going to copycat the patterns I do to keep the beat. Excellent. Me first, then you. Hello, third grade. How are you today? Good. Me first. Nice job. You may sit down if you have not already sat down. All right, let's warm up your voice a little bit before we move on. So me first and then you. Nice job. Me first and then you. Me, me, Ray. Ray, me, Ray. Ray, me, do. Do, Ray, me. Me, so, so. So, la, me. Salami. Me, me, Ray. Ray, Ray, do. Nice job. Okay, before we move on, I'm going to show you a pattern. And I would like you to copy after me. Me first and then you. Do, day, do. Remember to show me the silent beats when you get to each of these. Ready, set, and your turn, go. My turn. Me first. Do, do, do. My turn. Do, do, day, do. Ooh, my turn. Do, day, do. My turn. Do, do. Do, day, do, day, do. Do, day, do, day. Last one, me first. Do, day, do. ready, go. Good. I hope you got those silent beats. Okay, me first and then you. Canny me macaro. 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 Nice job. Me first and then you. You've heard this song, so we're going to try learning it a little bit more. Just listen to me sing it first, though, and copycat my pattern. Juguemos en el bosque mientras el lobo no está. Juguemos en el bosque mientras el lobo no está. Lobo, estás? Me first and then you this time. Juguemos en el bosque. Ready, go. My turn. Mientras el lobo no está. Juguemos en el bosque. Mientras el lobo no está. Juguemos en el bosque. Mientras el lobo no está. Lobo, estás? And we're going to pretend that maybe the wolf says, me estoy cepillando mis dientes. Say, me estoy cepillando mis dientes. Or I am brushing my teeth. Or the wolf could also say, me estoy poniendo los calcetines. I am putting on my socks. Or one more pattern. Me estoy poniendo los zapatos, which is I am putting on my shoes. Nice job. All right, we are going to sing this new song that we did this week. Try to remember what the words are and do the motions that I do. I'll sing, you do the motions. Bate, bate, chocolate con arroz y con tomate. 1, 2, 3, chu. 1, 2, 3, cu. 1, 2, 3, la. 1, 2, 3, te. Bate, 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 bate. Did you remember what the words meant? Okay. All right. We are going to transition now to something that we have not begun talking about just yet. So in music, when you decide to play an instrument for music, you read notes on the page. And depending on what the notes say on the page is what you play. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see what it looks like. This one. There we go. Okay. So in just a second, you should be able to see my screen. On this page, you will see a note. And you notice a few things. You notice that this big funky symbol here. You may notice that there are lines here and that there is a circle on top of this one note or this one line. Or really, the circle has a line going through the middle of it, right? First, let's count the lines. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And in between each of those lines is a space. Here in between this one, that's 1 space, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 spaces in between each line. So, or in between all of those lines. So first, I need you to show me 5 fingers on your hand like this. And first count your fingers for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just the same as how many lines there are. Now, in between your fingers, you have spaces. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So that's going to help us remember how many lines and how many spaces are on the staff. This is called a staff where we put notes. Okay. Now, we said that this note has a line going through the middle of it. So let's see which line that note is on. We start at the bottom and we count 1, 2, 3. And we would say that this note is on the 3rd line. Did you notice I started at the bottom? I did not start at the top line and count down. I always start at the bottom and count up. Okay, let's try another one. This one, is it in a line, on a line, or is it in a space? I don't see a line going through the middle of that note. So we call this note in a space. So let's start at the bottom and figure out what space it's in. Count here first. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in the 4th space. Good, let's do another one. Oh, this one's simple. So it's in a space because I don't see a line slashing through the middle of that note. And when I start to count which space it's in that 1st space. So we say that that is in the 1st space. Here we go. There's no line going through the middle of the note, so we're going to count the spaces. Count 1, 2, 3. It's in the 3rd space. Good. One more. All right. When I look at this note, I see that there is a line going through the middle of that note. So we're going to count the lines this time. Start at the bottom and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or if you saw that it was on the top line and you knew that there were 5 lines, you could have said it's on the 5th line right away because you know that there are 5 lines. Good. We're going to keep doing more with this in class next week, but it's super important that you know how to count the lines and spaces and figure out where a note is at on the staff, especially because next year when you are able to play recorders in music class, you will get to play recorders in music, and you will need to know how to recognize notes on the staff. Okay, so if that was a little bit confusing to you, go back and watch that part of the video again and catch yourself up. Okay, we're going to read one story before the end of class together. So you don't need to do anything during this except for listen. This is one of our favorites. This is Father Grumble. There was an old man that lived in the woods, as you can plainly see, who said he could do more work in a day than his wife could do in 3. If that be so, the old woman said, why this you must allow, that you shall do my work for a day while I go drive the plow. Now she's going to tell him all the things he has to do. But you must milk the tiny cow for fear she should run dry. And you must feed the little pigs that are within the sty. And you must watch the bracket hen lest she should lay astray. Oh, I forgot one. And you must wind the reel of yarn that I spun yesterday. The old woman took the staff in her hand and went to drive the plow. The old man took the pail in his hand and went to milk the cow. But Tiny's the cow, remember? But Tiny hinched and Tiny flinched and Tiny cocked her nose. And then Tiny gave the old man such a kick that blood ran from his nose. 'Twas, hey, my good cow, and now my good cow, and now my good cow, stand still. If I ever milk this cow again, 'twill be against my will. And when he milked the tiny cow for fear she should run dry, why then he fed the little pigs that were within the sty. And then he watched the bracket hen lest she should lay astray. And he forgot the reel of yarn his wife spun yesterday. He swore by all the leaves on the trees and all the stars in heaven that his wife could do more work in a day than he could do in 7. The end. All right, friends, I miss you today, but I hope that you enjoyed your music lesson, and I will see you next week on Monday or Tuesday. Make sure that you fill out the Google form underneath this video so that you get your credit for completing music today.